What's up, guys? CF4 just got home a little bit ago and had one of those awesome feelings where you walk up to the front door and there's just a mountain and mountain of packages waiting for you, like it's Christmas. All this stuff I knew was coming. I didn't really expect it to all show up at once, but I guess with the postal holiday in the States yesterday, that's just kind of how everything worked out. One of the things I got was actually for everybody that I do any kind of boxes for coming up here in the future. I know I've mentioned before, my buddy Kevin actually runs Slasher Studios. They've made a couple feature films now, and they're actually just now doing post-production for their third feature called Irrational Fear. Actually an associate producer on it. I really believe in the work he's doing. He actually sent me a bunch of different DVDs, Blu-rays, some promotional stuff for their first two features, which were Don't Go to the Reunion and Dismembering Christmas, which is actually just an awesome shirt I'm wearing right now. So like I said, trade boxes, I'm going to start throwing those in there for you guys to check out. They're campy 80s style slasher horror movies. They're everything they're intended to be. I mean, they're not supposed to be some groundbreaking thing in Hollywood by any means, but they're definitely fun. So anybody I'll be doing boxes with in the future, definitely give a look. I'm not going to bother showing you everything I got from there. I literally have, I think, like 30 Blu-rays, DVDs, whatever to hand out. Getting into, I'll show you guys this one first. This is just a random figure from one of the VHS groups I'm in. Somebody threw it up for sale for a pretty decently cheap price. Box is a little beat up. It's got a ton of sticker residue on it, but I mean, that's what Goo Gone is for. I've used that on nearly everything else so far, and it's worked wonders. This is the Pit Witch and Deadite Centurion, Army of Darkness. This is a Palisades Toys. I've never really heard of these, but there's like a whole set you can collect, I guess, and it's not even just the box stuff, but I guess you can build both the armies, just Googling and looking around. But like I said, it looks like most of these come in 2-packs. It's pretty cool. Box is just super dirty. And this is something I didn't make the mistake of trying to open everything else on camera again. That it took me probably 15 minutes tearing all this crap, so you guys are welcome. Somebody that was posting in, I mean, pretty much every horror group I'm in, Jimmy, you guys may know him. He was selling off some of his autograph collection, so I actually picked up the Halloween Blu-ray. He's got autograph from Dean Cundey, the cinematographer, as well as John Carpenter. Ton of glare, but you will have that. Kind of went back and forth because I do already have that Vampire script autographed by John Carpenter, but he was looking to unload it. He gave me a really great deal on it, and it helped him out, and I didn't want to pass up anything really John Carpenter. Next thing, if you guys saw, I threw a quick picture up in Guild of Collectors just of all the boxes sitting on my my dining room table. This is, you may have recognized one of the labels on one of the boxes. This thing is actually huge, Jesus. Waxworks Records re-released their Day of the Dead soundtrack, and this thing is huge. I mean, it's really beefy for a record. This is something I didn't think to open, but I'm sure I can open it, maybe. Obviously, I already put my knife away, maybe not. I'll give it like 10 seconds. Oh, nice, it's already open at the bottom. For those of you that have never seen Waxwork, I'm sure most of you have, they do a lot of horror stuff, and they actually, a lot of their records actually look really sweet. Oh wow, that's fresh. They do a lot of stuff with the actual vinyl pressings. So they just have a bunch of stills from the movie, a bunch of info about it. The back is actually the original track listing. But I forget if this one actually looks cool or if this is just the soundtrack, but oh, there you go. Kind of like a blood red deal. That is first one. Where is number 2? Oh, there's something else in here too. Probably my receipt or something. Nope. Blank piece of paper. Looks like same thing. The second one. Another blood red one, but I'll link them below. They've got some really cool stuff on there. I only have one other albums of theirs. It's the Black Christmas soundtrack. It's really cool. A lot of their stuff sells out quick for the more popular stuff. They've got like they have the Trick or Treat soundtrack out there it's going for some ungodly amount of money. Like one of the Friday the 13th, I think part 3. So they're cool. I'll link them below. The last thing I got, I knew it was coming because he actually messaged me earlier today because he seemed more excited than I was, which that's not true at all. But this is actually the first ever figure trade I've done. And I actually did it with Felix, who runs Thought Factory. He was my trade buddy in the first ever mystery box swap I did in Joe's group. He sent this over with a note. It says, "Yo, you know how I'm sentimental with my stuff and never trade, etc. But I just want to say thanks for the opportunity to get my holy grail item, which is now my favorite collectible of all time, Felix Thought Factory." What I actually traded him was, it was a Series 1 black and white Walking Dead Rick Grimes figure. They are super, super rare. I knew it meant a lot to him. I didn't really know what I had when I first got it until I started asking him about it. He's obviously a huge fan, so he knew exactly what I had. I knew he wanted it. I knew it was his holy grail. I just went through his previous video from another entry or a contest I did to show off your collection. Found something that I thought was really cool that I haven't really seen anywhere. I actually really like this because this is one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's actually my dad's favorite movie of all time. He's the one that got me into horror, and he's going to shit when I show him this. But this is the deluxe box set, McFarlane Movie Maniacs of Jaws. It's the whole scene when he's overtaking the boat. It's totally sick. I don't know if you can see in there. He's got like, oh my god, there's like a severed spine in there and everything. I'm sure that's probably not what it's supposed to be, but that's what it looks like. This thing is ridiculous. It's staying right where it is, and I need to find somewhere very special to put this thing. He keeps his collection in just immaculate condition, so this thing is just awesome. This is definitely, it's for sure going to be a centerpiece of my collection. I promised him I would never be trading it again, so you guys will never be prying this out of my hands. And it's probably the most valuable figure that I own now, so I feel like it's a very good trade. He got his holy grail item. I got something that I can centerpiece my collection around, and I totally love it, and that thing's awesome. So yeah, that's what I came home to today, guys. So that was very exciting, and I love days like today, especially when you don't really know that you're gonna have a pile of stuff waiting for you. So it's a great feeling. I do have a lot of other stuff on the way. Geez, probably at least another dozen figures. A couple of them are full collections of the figures. So I don't think any of those will get here probably until the middle to end of next week, but I've got one more video before I probably do that. I actually got a little mystery box from Phil from Phil's Creepy Vids. I got it over the weekend. I promised him I'd do it today, but I didn't want to throw it in the mix with all of this stuff and have it get lost in the shuffle because I have a feeling it's going to be pretty cool. Thanks for checking it out, guys. Take care.